I smoked weed for the first time when I was 14 years old, out of an empty soda can. And I liked it. And any chance I got, I'd smoke weed. Someone had it. In high school, I started smoking more regularly, and I got better connections to acquiring weed for myself. I got in trouble for bringing weed to school. Yeah, great decision making. But by the time I was, let's say 21, I'm smoking weed every day. And I didn't have a problem with it. I figured when I'm elderly, I'm still going to be smoking weed. The state I lived in legalized cannabis use, so that made things even more convenient for me. If I couldn't meet up with my supplier, I could just go to a store and get it. And then I moved to a legal state where the price of buying weed in a store was much lower. And I'm using weed every day, sometimes before work. There was a few times where I tried to quit. I'd stop smoking weed for a few months, but I always came back, started smoking again. There's a few times where I recognized that I had a problem, where it was difficult to quit. But it wasn't until about a year ago that I decided to stop completely. And I've been sober for about a year, little more than a year now. And I don't miss it at all. I feel my brain working correctly. I feel smarter. I can remember things. But addiction has kind of always been a problem for me. I probably have an addictive personality. In high school, when I got my first gaming computer, probably one of the first games I downloaded was a game called Team Fortress 2. It's an online multiplayer shooter game, team-based shooter, class-based shooter game, if that means anything to you. You might be familiar with the game. Anyways, the year I graduated high school, I played Team Fortress 2 non-stop. Like, on my Steam account, I have over 2,000 hours in the game Team Fortress 2. And I'm just gonna let you do the math on how many real-world days that is. That is real-world days worth of time sitting in front of a computer with one hand on the mouse, one hand on the keyboard, playing a video game. I can remember it pretty vividly. I remember how I sat. I remember, the room I was sitting in. I would pretty much wake up, play the game until I was tired, and then I'd go to sleep and do it all again. Stay up until the sun came up. Go to sleep when the sun was coming up. Alcohol was also a problem for me. When I was, before I turned 21. 21 is the legal age here in the United States. Drinking started before 21. But after I turned 21, everything changes because I can go to the store and buy my own. So, I probably started with like girly drinks. I don't remember. Mixed drinks. I think my first alcohol purchase at a alcohol store, what are they called? Liquor store? Was rum. And I think I made rum and cokes with that. And I don't know how, when, or why, but eventually I switched to beer, and I was having a beer every day after work, 2 beers every day after work, 3, 4 beers after work every single day. And then it's the tall ones, two tall ones after work every day. And eventually I just got to a point where I was like, this is too much and it's not making me feel good. It's not really benefiting me in any way. So I decided to quit. And it's been kind of a theme with substances, is once I eventually reach a point where I decide for myself it's a problem and I need to stop, I can stop cold turkey pretty much. But definitely when that alcohol use stopped, the weed use went up. And when the weed use stopped, I started consuming energy drinks like crazy. Like, first it was like an energy drink in the morning, and then it's an energy drink in the morning and an energy drink at lunchtime. 2 energy drinks every day at work. That's a bit excessive, so recently I've quit energy drinks. And that's a bit harder because, you know, when you're tired, some caffeine would be great. I could feel less tired, I could feel more productive. So that's my struggle right now, is I'm trying to quit caffeine. My final boss is sugar. Sugar seems impossible to quit. I love a sweet treat. Chocolate, candy, gummies, ice cream. I mean, you name it. I have zero self-control when it comes to that stuff. I'll eat a whole pint of ice cream. What is that size? Quart? I don't know. Whatever Ben & Jerry's comes in, that size, I'll eat the whole thing in one sitting. And yeah, so eventually I would like to get the sugar consumption under control, but that's just something I noticed, is like when I try to stop one thing, there's like another thing that pops up. It's even more extreme, like whack-a-mole. You hit the one and something else pops up, and it's a struggle. I struggle with self-control, especially with substances, with sweet treats, with snacks. But yeah, when I was in my early 20s, I never thought I'd quit weed, but here I am. I'm gonna enter my 30s and not smoking weed at all. Don't even want to. I don't even like the smell anymore. When I was smoking weed, I love the smell of weed. Now, it doesn't do anything for me. In fact, maybe it even smells kind of bad. It's weird. Yeah, just never thought. I always kind of pictured myself, old man in a silk robe, sitting in a leather chair, smoking a pipe with weed. And I don't think that's gonna be me. I'll probably be an old man sitting in an office chair playing Minecraft. Video games are addictive too. I should probably play video games less too. That one, it's definitely bad. It doesn't feel as bad because you're not spending money on anything. You are being inactive, which is probably the worst part. Some video games are more toxic than others, bring out toxic traits or whatever. But anyways, that's my ramble. That's kind of all I had to say about that. If any of you are struggling with abuse in any way, probably reach out to someone. I don't know, I'm probably not the best person to consult on that kind of thing, because I've pretty much done everything just with raw brute force. I honestly, I should probably go to some group or something. That would probably be really helpful. I've never been to a group or anything. I think I'd like to. Yeah, that sounds like a cool thing to do. Talk to other people who've conquered their addictions. It's kind of funny, my roommate and I both decided to quit smoking weed at the same time without talking to each other at all about it. We just did. We just quit around the same time. December 2023. What are we, 2025? Yeah, so I went through the whole year of 2024 without smoking weed. And we did together, and that's kind of fun. So yeah, it's kind of nice to have like a mutual no weed guy. Neither of us drink either, but that was a decision I made long before I decided to quit smoking weed. I say long before, it was only a couple years, but a couple years seems like a long time here in this part of my life. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble about addiction here on my roof. And I just wish it was more easy to get addicted to like working out or like, I don't know, being physically active, but that has been a struggle for me. Anyways, for like the third time, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed or got something out of this. Let me know what you think. Do you want to see more stuff like this? Cool. Well, the weather's starting to get nicer, so I like that. Have a good one. Bye-bye.